Konnichiwa! Oh, I forgot it was me. I keep thinking you were just going to do it, mate.
Nah.
Okay, cool. Konnichiwa, バスです。
ニックです。今日はロンドンにあるCoCo壱番屋の話をします。
楽しんでね。
Welcome back everyone, I'm Nick.
I'm Bas, and we are two Gaijin.
So last week we went to London to go watch Taro perform in concert at Cadogan Hall.
Yeah, until now I didn't realise that it was his music they play at the beginning of the ANA flights to really calm you down. They're very soothing.
It's beautiful.
If you're feeling a little bit anxious before the flight, it's nice and mellow, violin music, it calms you right down.
It's gonna make sure everything's okay.
Everything's gonna be okay. And it's gonna be okay because you're probably flying to Japan. Which brought me back, it was nice. It was like a trip down memory lane.
Plenty of nostalgia, isn't there?
It was
associated
very nostalgic for our first flight to Japan, and it brought me back there.
Yeah, and it was such an honour to see him in concert in a way. I mean, I've been listening to his music for years, so to see him in person was just amazing.
I know, who would have guessed that he's a massive fan of the show?
Exactly, who would have guessed? Do you think they'll believe that?
No.
No. But before we went to the concert, we had to go and get ourselves some lunch.
We both skipped breakfast as we heard that a new CoCo İçban Yağ restaurant had opened in London, and we both wanted to make sure we had a good appetite for it.
That's right, yeah. I mean, CoCo İçban Yağ for me is a really nostalgic kind of place. It holds a lot of memories. Because the first time I went to Japan, I think in 2008?
Yeah.
Something like that, it was a long while ago. It was the first meal I ever had in the country.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Oh, okay.
Skipped all the sushi, didn't have any of that, just went straight for a curry.
We couldn't wait to try it, but first we had to get there. One hour later, we arrived in London and we made our way to CoCo İçban Yağ using the London Underground.
So the restaurant's just a short walk from Leicester Square Station. You just come outside of exit 4, I think it was.
Turn left?
Yeah, turn left and then left again, I think it was. And we got there just as the restaurant opened.
Yeah, so the restaurant opens at 11 AM in the morning, and we tried to get there as soon as possible because it's a new restaurant. There's a lot of people wanting to try it, so we'd heard it gets very busy and we wanted to get there early.
And we're the first people there.
We were the first people there.
So the first thing you hear when you walk into the restaurant is the traditional Japanese greeting, "Irashaimase."
Yeah, it felt like being back in Japan again. Seeing all the uniforms that you recognise with the beige and the brown. Yeah, it's just really nice. But the interior felt more Western. It was less of a Japanese restaurant and more of a Western one, I felt.
Yeah, it had a far more modern, contemporary kind of feel to it with the quirky decor. And it just had like more Western seating arrangements compared to the Japanese restaurants where you normally sit around the main bar in the CoCo İçban Yağ.
Yeah, it did feel really cool though, with like upside down plank pots just kind of hanging from the ceiling.
Yeah, it was cool.
With like shrubs in them or like plants in them.
We were shown to our booth, and first thing we did was look through the menu. And to say, you see all the regular ones that you normally see in a CoCo İçban Yağ in Japan, but there are quite a few like unique additions to it. Ones that I certainly didn't recognise from a Japanese menu anyway.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing 3 different types of gratin.
Don't remember seeing gratin at all on the Japanese menu.
In the Japanese menus. I don't remember seeing a naan bread in the Japanese menu.
I mean, Indian cuisine is so popular in England, so it just felt like a natural addition to the menu in England. It stays true to its roots while also adding a little bit more for just like the Western taste.
Yeah.
Well, we hadn't actually had any breakfast on the day, so we were both starving by the time we got to London, so we actually decided to order 3 main courses. Seems a little bit greedy.
We decided to order a Japanese classic dish each and also share more of a Western dish between us, just to see what it was like.
Yeah, so I went for the chicken katsu omelette curry.
And I went for the chicken katsu and cheese curry.
And between us, we decided to order an eggplant and spinach gratin.
After a short wait, our food arrived and I couldn't wait to get stuck in.
It looked and it smelled delicious.
It looked fantastic.
Just like the real thing.
The two classics that we ordered were exactly what they expected them to be.
Yeah.
They're unmistakably thin layer of panko breadcrumbs on the chicken fillet was beautiful.
And the curry itself, I mean, it just tasted exactly like you want it to be. And that's something I always find when I have a Japanese curry in England. They never quite get that right. I mean, the biggest chain of restaurants here, Wagamama, they have a chicken katsu curry. It's their most popular dish, I would say.
Yeah.
But it just doesn't taste quite right, especially when you've had the real thing in Japan.
Yeah, the sticky rice was fantastic too. It was proper Japanese sticky rice, not like the rice that we get over here, because we have Indian rice and Chinese rice, and it all just kind of falls apart and it's there to soak up the sauce, I guess, whereas Japanese rice, it's there to hold its shape.
So the biggest surprise of the whole meal for me was the gratin. So you have a layer of curry rice covered with melted cheese, oven baked cheese, and then the whole thing's packed with spinach and eggplant.
I really liked it. It was nice to see like a Western dish done in like a Japanese kind of way. Japanese curry rice with a Western gratin style, and I thought the cheese and the eggplant and the spinach really worked with the rice.
Yeah, I mean,
almost made me feel like it was a healthy dish with the spinach in there.
I think we might be fooling ourselves a little bit.
Maybe.
By the time we finished our meal, the restaurant was absolutely heaving.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a massive queue outside of people waiting to get in.
I noticed that the majority of the diners in the restaurant are actually Japanese, so there were some English people in there, but I'd say about 60-70% of the people in the restaurant were Japanese, and it did not take long to fill up the restaurant.
If not more than that, really. And I mean, that's normally a good sign of a restaurant if the local people actually, not the local people, but the people of that nationality are going there. It's normally like shows that it's authentic.
Yeah. If they like the taste of home, they're going there. That is a good sign.
Exactly. The main difference between the London store and the Japanese stores was really the price. I mean, London's typically not a cheap city at all. So
No.
even compared to Tokyo, London isn't cheap, and the prices do reflect that.
Yeah. It's in central London, so obviously it's going to be very expensive. The main course dishes seem to average around about £13, which is 1,800 yen.
Yeah, thereabouts.
It's 2 or 3 times the price of a dish in Japan, usually, for CoCo İçban Yağ, which may seem expensive, but it's pretty reasonable for central London.
Yeah.
It's all relative to other restaurants, and
Yeah, it's hard to find a lunch any cheaper than that, really, in central London. So
Yeah.
it's what you get used to when you're travelling in the country, really.
especially in London, because it's just not a cheap city.
Yeah, but what stood out more to me was the mandatory service charge.
Yeah.
So onto the bill there's a 12.5% tip that's added. It might be discretionary, but you'd have to ask for it to be taken off, and it's not really the done thing.
Yeah, that's really unusual, I think. It's normal for London, but it's unusual for the rest of the country.
Yeah.
For the rest of the country, there sometimes is like a service charge if it's a table of more than 6 people.
Yeah, it's normally when you're at a larger party.
But for the 2 of us to have a service charge, mandatory's,
At lunchtime as well.
yeah, it's a bit odd. But
So, I mean, it's something you have to look out for in London generally, but it's certainly not what you'd expect in a CoCo İçban Yağ in Japan.
no.
You would never see that.
No.
So just be aware if you do visit.
So there are some things that are familiar, some things that are unfamiliar.
That's the Western side of it taken over.
All in all, I'd say it's an authentic Japanese meal with a London price tag.
Yeah, and I mean, the service was great as well, wasn't it?
It was very good.
Most of the staff were either Japanese or spoke Japanese.
Yeah.
In fact, we were served by an Indian girl.
Yeah, even she spoke Japanese.
Yeah, she was fluent in Japanese, so I mean, that was quite a surprise to me. The location as well is great. I mean, it's just in Leicester Square. It's a few minutes walk from the best of London, so you really cannot get a better centrally located position for that.
Between Leicester Square, Piccadilly Circus, it's really convenient if you're going to either place. It's a 5-minute walk from either.
Exactly.
So,
Especially if you're getting there around lunch, you can walk around Leicester Square, maybe go see a show.
yeah,
It's just a great way to start the day.
get tickets for a show, go there, later on go and see the show.
Exactly, yeah.
Just like we did.
Just like we did.
It was great to taste curry rice again, and it's got me dying to go back to Japan.
Yeah, I absolutely love curry rice. Yeah. I absolutely love curry rice, so it'd be great to have some recommendations from yourselves for when we next go to Japan. It'd be nice if we had some more like unique chains and different locations in Japan as well.
Yeah. If you've enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and leave us a comment below.
And if you'd like to see more of us in the future, please subscribe to our channel and follow our Instagram accounts, which should be somewhere along the bottom of the screen.
We've been 2 Gaijin, and we'll see you again soon. またね。